Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tom, I'm a makeup artist living in London. I recently got sent some Victoria Beckham products from PR, so I thought I would show you how to use them. Now, I've got quite a popular video on this YouTube channel about downturned, hooded and small eyes and how to do liner for those types of eye shapes, because that's the eye shape that I have and it's a big struggle for me. So I thought I would show you how to do eyeshadow, and quite bold eyeshadow for this eye shape. Eyeshadow for hooded eyes can be really tricky, and certainly for those with downturned eyes, so I hope that some of these tips and tricks will help you. The Smokey eye brick that I chose to use is the signature shadow brick. It's got these gorgeous sort of neutral tones. I thought it would be the most universal. In terms of the packaging itself, it is so luxury and beautiful. Like, it feels really heavy. The mirror's really good quality. The clasp feels fantastic. I do like the quality of the shadows, but they are drier than a lot of shadows that are out there. I think if you're used to using something like Anastasia Beverly Hills, those shadows are a little bit more sort of like creamy and emollient, so these are slightly drier to work with. But for me personally, love them. Just before I get into the tutorial, the lip that I'm wearing today is her lipstick in Pose, which is just like my favourite sort of like deep purpley nude, which suits my lip shape, my lip tone really well, and also her lip definer pencil, which is in shade 01. I have a bit of a shaky setup here, so I don't have a monitor and I can't really see what's going on when the camera's on. I did zoom in to get closer to my eye so you could see in detail, so if I sort of move out of shot a little bit, I am very sorry, but I've tried my best. If you like the video, please comment and like it and subscribe to my channel. Now on with the tutorial. I've gone in and put a little bit of concealer and powder on my eye. I'm going to start with just a wash of the peachy shade. You're going to want to put that all over the mobile eyelid and just up to the crease, really gently. Just provides a nice base for the eye. You then want to go in with Cami right into the crease and use a really small, fine crease brush for this. It's really important to use a fine brush because we've got that smaller eye shape, and with your eye open, you're just drafting the shape in the outer corner here. You can see it's just placing a little bit of shadow down and creating a shape for me. With our eye shape, you can get lost really easily when you get to the darker colours, and then it becomes a mess. It's really important that if you draw a line from the end of your crease up, that you never go further than this point here. If you do, you're going to drag the eye down, and we are trying to drag the eye up. Now that I'm a bit more confident and I can see that sort of line that I've just pitted, I'm going in with Suede, which is a slightly darker shade. Don't worry about blending this out at the moment. You just want to get this sort of triangle on the outer corner here. So you're joining up where the fold of your hood runs across and the bottom in a sort of V shape. You have to do all this work with the eye open so that you can see the shape that you're going to get in the end. And then if you tip your head back, you just want to fill in the very outer corner here. Again, don't worry about blending it this time, we're just laying down a little bit of colour for the shape. It's now that you can get a more fluffy brush and just start to buff that edge away. I don't like it when it's too sharp of a triangle, but you do need to keep going with that uplifted shape. I sometimes round it a little bit in and carry it so that it's above the line of the natural crease. This way you're still getting the uplift from the outside of the eye, but you gently blend in and hug into this inner shape here. And keep going back in with your original brush so that your payoff is still there. But just follow that shape. Now's the time to go in with that final darkest shade, and I'm using a really tiny brush for this, and you're just going in the very outside edge. You know, when you have the fold that extends much longer here with the downturned eye, you're never going to get that perfect straight line, so really it's all about creating the shape. And you can see what I'm doing here, which is just deepening up this little V, tapping it a little bit into the sort of crease on the outside and blending. Don't forget to go back and keep on doing your blending to make sure all of them are really nicely seamless. It takes a long time when you have smaller downturned and hooded eyes to get the shapes right. A lot of people, if they have almond eyes, they can just sort of whack a brush in the crease and just rub straight over and go really, really quick and messy, but we do have to be more careful. I'm now taking that fine brush and using the shade Suede and just taking it a little bit to join the eyeshadow together with the bottom. I find with this sort of sexy look, you do need to connect along to the bottom lash line. Don't take it too far though, because again, you're going to close off the eye and you're going to make it look even smaller. The bottom lash line should connect with the top lash line. You can see it just meets out here, and that's where that actual bottom line follows from. You can see it's all one. You need to make sure that this part blends into almost nothing so that you get that sort of cat-like swoop up. I've said it once and I'll say it again, lash curling is the most important thing for hooded or downturned eyes. So at this point, you really, really want to go in and give your lashes a good curl before you do any mascara. If you need to tilt your head back, go for it. Do whatever you have to do to get a really, really good lash curl. The best thing to do if you are looking to keep the curl for a downturned or hooded eye is to wear waterproof mascara, because that's just going to keep holding the curl as long as possible. I find the Shu Uemura lash curlers the best for my eye shape. They never chomp on my lids, which is very important to me. At this point, just going with your favourite mascara. I do think mascara is very, very important. With hooded and downturned eyes, I don't like to have anything that's too clumpy, because I don't want to be covering up too much of the lid, adding too much darkness that makes everything sort of be drawn down. So something that's quite defining and keeps the lashes separate is a good idea. You can definitely do bottom lashes, but I just have almost none of my own, so there's not much point me doing that. The one thing this palette doesn't have is an inner corner highlight, so I went in and put one in. That really helps to brighten smaller eyes, and I do have quite small eyes. As you can see, it's all about angling the shape of the eye, taking into account this sort of overhang here. It looks pretty great even when I close my eyes. It's not a sort of fine line that's going to come down here. That's just not going to work with your eye shape if you do have hooded eyes like mine. But when you get that sort of soft smokiness and keep everything going in an upward direction, you're going to be okay. So that's the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and come back again next time. Bye guys.